Hello, this is Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. This is the first video in a small series where I'm going to talk about a few hobby related subjects. Some of these are based off articles that I've wrote in the past that I want to expand upon and turn into a little video series. The first one we're going to talk about today is finding a motivation to paint your miniatures. Now in this hobby I'm very much more of a painter than a gamer. I do love playing games. For me it's just a matter of finding the time really to play as much as I'd like to, whereas with painting I can sit down half hour here, an hour there, and just get some painting done, whereas with gaming just finding the time is a lot more difficult. So but I do enjoy painting a lot anyway, so I thought I'd do some sort of hobby related videos. I do plan on doing some painting tutorials in the future for this channel as well. Just finding some topics what people would like to see. So if you would like to see any painting tutorials that you'd be interested in seeing on the channel, then certainly leave a comment below for that. I have a few ideas for a couple that I want to do, but more suggestions is always welcome. So yeah, let's get back to the topic in hand. So finding a motivation to paint miniatures. Now I did write an article on this for my blog, Tabletop Standard, quite a while ago now, and there are a few things I want to expand upon. So I've got a little list just here, some bullet points that I want to talk about. So this is in no particular order, but first thing I want to talk about is inspiration. So sometimes to get into that painting mood, I like to just look at what other people have painted. If you ever find, like I find this with video gaming, that if I start reading or watching YouTube videos about a certain video game, or we talk about a certain video game, like when I'm with my friends and that, I suddenly get that urge to play that video game, like even if I haven't touched it for ages. And I can find that sometimes with painting. If I start looking at other people's miniatures, especially if they're painted really, really well, or they're really nice looking miniatures, or I watch some YouTube videos of people painting, that suddenly sort of motivates me a bit more to just get that urge to paint. So that's my first tip, is just to look online. Of course with the internet these days it's so easy just to find loads of stuff. There's Facebook groups, YouTube channels, all sorts you can just look at. And while I'm on the subject of YouTube channels, that'll bring us nicely into my second bullet point, and that's to learn something new. So if there's like a different technique or a certain way of how to paint something, for example, I don't know, say you want to paint faces and you watch a YouTube video on how to paint faces, and then you follow that tutorial, that sort of gives you a motivation to do that. So yeah, I'm trying something new. I find that helps me as well, just wanting to try something, even if it go very well. Sorry, my phone's noises. It's eBay. So next, this goes more into your actual hobby space. So I've got keeping stuff at hand. So for me, everything's around me. If I'm working in this office, I like to watch a lot of sort of TV shows and stuff like on my computer usually, so I can sit there and paint while I'm watching, or same with YouTube videos. So it's nice to have everything at this desk around me. So I've got paints like the GW paints are just here to the left and right. Behind me I've got all my airbrush stuff. Everything's at hand. So if I'm just watching a 10-minute YouTube video or a bat rep or something, everything's here. I can just pick up the brush and get on with painting. Now of course everyone won't have that luxury. Space might be limited. I'm lucky I've got this, it's only a very small room, but I'm lucky I've just got this dedicated sort of office and hobby space to myself. But if you don't have the space, try and have some sort of setup where you can get everything out sort of quickly, because if it takes ages to set up a painting station, so say for example you do it on your dining room table or something, you have to get all your newspaper out, get your pot of water, get all your paints out, get all your miniatures out. That's a job in itself. That could be 5-10 minutes work, and you might not be motivated to do that, and then sort of you lose the motivation then to do the painting that comes afterwards. So, you know, that's, try and avoid that if you can. Obviously it's, you know, not everyone can, but it's nicer to have stuff easy at reach. That said, if you've got a lot of unpainted miniatures, try not to just have them, you know, there in front of you. Try and limit yourself to no more than like 5 or 10 miniatures that you need to paint just in front of you. Otherwise you'll just look at all these miniatures that need painting and, you know, it's just like, you just don't want to do it. So I always try and just have just one squad or one hero or something just there, and I'll concentrate on them before I move on to the next thing. And that also brings me into the next point, is to mix it up a bit. And what I mean by that is, if you're painting an army, you've got like, say you've got, I don't know, 30 tactical marines, don't just try and paint all 30 tactical marines, you know, maybe paint a few, then go onto a vehicle, go onto a hero, etc. Otherwise you know, it's a lot to do, and you know, you soon lose motivation if you've just got the same old thing over and over. You know, I recently painted a lot of my Emperor's Children army, which you might have seen in my Horus Heresy video blog series, and that's just, you know, loads of tactical marines, just purple armour over and over again. So what I did after that is I started painting some Super Dungeon Explorer miniatures, and they're actually, I don't know where you can see on the camera, but they're just lined up on the second shelf behind me, and that's just like one of the sets what came in one of the Kickstarter waves. And you know, just mixing it up a bit, painting something different, that was a good break for me. You know, I was still painting, still getting some stuff done, but it still felt like a break, which is quite nice. And now I'm started working on another project, which is for the YouTube channel, which you'll see maybe next month. I'm not going to say anything else just yet though, but it is to do with an upcoming campaign for 40k, so quite excited about that, but lips are sealed on that for now, but you'll find out very soon. So what else have we got on here? Okay, I also have running a blog or a project log. Now, part of my video blog series for my 3 Legions for Horus Heresy was to keep myself motivated. And yeah, for the first, maybe, was it a month or 2, that really worked. I really churned them out. Until I got to a point where I did need that break away from them. But that really helped me churn them out. I still have my blog at tabletopstandard.com, which I don't update as much as I used to, but it's really nice to have that. It's sort of like, I wouldn't say it adds pressure on yourself if you're updating stuff, but you know, you sort of get that feeling that people are waiting for a next update and you need to get it painted out, get stuff painted for them. Obviously, you know, we're still a small channel and my blog's not massive, so it's not like there's hundreds or thousands of people waiting in anticipation for what I do, but you sort of get that feeling anyway. Excuse me, my voice seems a bit croaky today. I don't know why. It's a bit of dry air. There's a bit of heating on full blast in this house. That's better. So yeah, I'm running a blog or project log. I always find quite handy. Lastly is focus. Maybe I should have mentioned this in a previous thing about mixing it up, but to focus on painting your best on like a character or something like that. When I painted Fulgrim, I was so motivated to paint. I just wanted to paint all the time. Like I like to go on the Xbox every now and then, but when I had Fulgrim, I just wanted to paint more than I wanted to video game, because I don't know, I was just taking my time on him. I was making him look really nice. You know, he must have took about a week and a half, 2 weeks to paint, but I'd sit there and spend like half hour, an hour just painting one little feature on him, just because I want to paint him as good as I can. And I found, you know, putting that much effort into just one model, it has to be, for me, it has to be like a proper character model or something like that. I couldn't do it on a regular tactical marine, I just could not do that. But you know, so having a special character model like that, just to practice painting your best, Because you do get to a stage where, like, you you can paint quite well. If you know, I'm not gonna sit here and brag saying I'm a fantastic painter. I really must silence this phone. Go away. I'm buying lots of stuff on eBay for our upcoming campaign, so it's just going mad at the moment. So yeah, as I was saying, I don't claim to be like an amazing painter. And my next video is actually going to be about how to improve your painting skills. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm just some sort of big head saying, no, I'm a great painter and like you must do this to become a great painter like me. But you know, I'm a fairly good painter, I think. A lot of my friends tell me that I'm great, and that's, you know, that's nice to hear. But I'm quite modest. You know, I look at people on Cool Mini or Not, or people like Bohan, and I look at their work, and I just feel like I'm just terrible. But I know that, you know, I can paint above sort of a tabletop standard. But my point is, like, although I know I can paint that well, most of the time, like 99% of the time, I don't paint to my highest standard. I just want to get miniatures out. I'm working on some. Actually, I can't show you because they're in the campaign. But I'm working on some models here, and you know, I'm just trying to get them painted as quick as possible. They're not going to look terrible, but they're not going to look fantastic either. But when you can sit down and just paint to your best and really take your time on a model, you know, it's a nice feeling that when you can really get it, excuse me, as well as you can. So that really motivates you. So yeah, that's my video on how to increase your motivation when it comes to painting. I hope this has been helped. I'm sorry if I'm just a bit stuttery and croaky tonight. It's one of those days, I think. But yeah, these are my tips. If you've got any tips that help keep you motivated with painting, then please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. And as always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.